good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Just I've never heard that wee drum roll at the end before. How we all doing? Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel this evening. It's GFK and my close personal friend, the Fox. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox, here. Evening, Fox.
Evening, Jimmy. Evening, Ox. Evening, listeners.
How are you, Fox?
Fine, mate. Had a long day slogging out working with computers with me and Old School Blue. Thanks to the genius, we're up and running again.
Right,
certainly wasn't me.
Well, did it help much? I suppose it would have helped clearing all the pictures and all that off your computer, wouldn't it?
Well, that was a bit of a problem.
Well, that's it. Everybody's got their hobbies, Fox. Is that right, GFK?
Definitely. There's no blue movies on mine except Rangers ones.
Yes, Fox is the same, but he does like a bit of bird watching. So,
well.
Yes, a few lovely photographs. I don't know what the right name is for that. There's a right name, isn't there?
So no ornithology, maybe. I think that was a good one for me. Yeah?
Aye, very good. I'm very impressed, Fox. Did you bang your head when you were doing the computer? So, build up in the game on Sunday. I'm getting a bit nervous, mate. I must admit. I'm not nervous, and I'm expecting a win. So, nerves with apprehension, but I'm quite confident, GFK.
I am confident as well, mate. I think the momentum will go to now. I know the second half, the last game there wasn't nothing to write home about, but I am confident no matter what team that they put out, we're more than capable of beating them quite easily. So I'm looking forward to it. The nerves have started yesterday for me. So as I said, the butterflies will kick in probably Saturday afternoon, leading it before the game the next day. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Can't you wait? Always looking forward to the games against the puddle drinkers. So yeah, definitely.
Aye, I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll win. I really do, Fox.
So they are. I think we're in good stead to go into this game. It's if we can keep you sober enough, seeing you're coming up to make the game, that'll be the biggest challenge of the weekend.
Yep.
That's not very nice, is it? I'll be fine. Depends on the company you get with, you know what I mean?
Of course it does.
You know, some people are very sociable and other people just lead you astray like your good self, get me in trouble, get me fined.
No me.
You know what I'm saying. But I think we're in good form. Our team's settled. We'll miss Alan McGregor, but we've got a reasonable debut coming in. It's not as if he's a rookie. And Big Wes, when he's been called upon this season particularly, hasn't let us down, JFK.
No, I agree with that, mate. He's a good stand-in, so... I mean, obviously, the jersey was his before Alan McGregor came, and he performed really well for us. So, yeah, a good debutant. He knows what it's like to play against a puddle drinker. So, yeah, I think he'll do well. And that's probably the best back four that he's played in front of him for a long time. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, keeping the puddle drinkers out. Yep, he'll do well for us on Sunday, definitely. He will do.
I'd agree with you, Jimmy. I think having a half-decent settled back four is going to help him a lot. He did lose a few goals against the Celtic, but our team was poor then.
Yep.
I think we're a lot stronger now. So, what do you think? There's all this talk about them. They'll put out young boys. Now, I hope they do, mate, and we tan them about 10-0. That would be even better.
Not a hope in hell, mate. They'll all be playing.
Yeah, of course they will.
Anyway, obviously, we need you to call in, make the show. There's not been any great Rangers news this week. When I say great, not a lot of content rather than bad news. So what's the number, JFK?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Fox?
We can join us on rangersradio.online on Skype, and we'll bring you into the call. Now, we have been getting reports that a lot of people haven't been getting through. See, as long as you ring in, if we have a problem bringing you in, don't worry about it. Just hang up, and I'll bring you in for this side.
All right, mate. Yep. To see where the conversation takes us, and if we get any inkling of what the team's going to be, it would make sense to hear from the manager, JFK. Eh?
Definitely get it on. Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
That makes sense for you, Fox.
It does, mate.
All right, get yourself in mute and we'll hear from our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
One fit and available for this one, first of all?
No. At the moment, Kyle Lafferty's got a back spasm, so he's very, very doubtful. Lee Wallace, not available, got a muscle problem. Eros Grezda, got a problem as well, he's injured. So them three, where we are right now, won't be involved.
With Alan suspended, does Wes come straight in?
Yeah, I'll make that decision on Saturday. You know, we've got two good goalies vying for that position. So we've still got 48 hours before we need to make that decision. But it's a shame Alan's not available. He's been very consistent for us all season, made world-class saves. He's worth a lot of points to this team, and he's helped us certainly in Europe and in the other cup competitions. So it's a shame that he's not available. But thankfully we've got other good goalies to step in.
The importance of winning this game, even though there's no positions riding on it, it's still one of the biggest games out there. How much has that been emphasised this week, or do you need to do that at all, even though it's the predominant game of the season?
No, I don't think we have to emphasise it. I think all the players are aware that it's a big game for the supporters, the rivalry, all the history that's gone before. It doesn't matter when the old firms fall or what's at stake, it's always going to be a big game. We've recently watched under 18s and reserve games, and right through both clubs, this game's a huge fixture and one that we're all looking forward to. And the points are important because we want to finish as strong as we can and try and keep this run going.
It's important that this game sets the tone for next season as well.
Well, to be honest with you, after the last Old Firm, which we played really well in, and we felt as if we should have took something from the game. I think we've obviously stressed the importance to try and finish the season as strong as we can and really focus on this season. There's plenty of time to reflect in the 4 weeks that we'll have off at the end and during pre-season, and we can worry about next season when we need to. So the focus is on this game and there's 3 points. We don't have to look any further forward than that.
A lot of talking points from the last Old Firm game. Have you spoke to your players about obviously the discipline with the red cards in the previous game?
No, but I think obviously the word discipline has come up a lot of times this season. It come up in the last game as well. So the players are well aware of how I want them to play and how I want them to behave. The last Old Firms in the past, I don't think we have to go back and talk about any of the talking points there. I think it's important to look forward to a new game, a new challenge. Celtic come as champions. So we'll do everything we can to do what we need to do to try and get 3 points. That's the only focus. We don't have to worry about the past, really.
You've mentioned Celtic coming here as champions. There's been debate this week about whether Rangers will give Celtic a card of honour. What's your thoughts on that one?
To be honest with you, my thoughts are not important on that subject. The club have made a decision on that, and they've decided there won't be a guard of honour. So I think my thoughts on it are irrelevant. I'll follow what I'm told to do by the people that are in charge of the club.
You were talking about discipline there. On Sunday you'd said that you would be open to advice from elsewhere to sort of deal with that kind of discipline. Is that something that you've gone out to seek, or is that something that you will do?
Listen, as manager of this team and manager of these players individually, I'll do everything I can to help them and support them. But I think something as well, they've got to respect the club, the supporters, what we're trying to achieve here. They've also got to respect how hard the job is and the challenge that other teams are setting us in the league. And they realise that it's very, very important. It's crucial. It's vital that we have a level of discipline and we keep players on the pitch, important players. I don't know the exact amount of games or minutes, but we've had too many good players missing for important parts of the season. And if we don't improve our discipline, I predict we could have a similar season to this season, because there's no way you can be successful if your big players are missing for big games.
Is it the same thing for you, is that when you look back in the red cards that you've had this season, a lot of them haven't been for, say, footballing incidents. It's, violent conduct, or it's talking to the referees. Is that the thing that frustrates you the most?
Yeah, I think we want the players to be aggressive. We want them to compete, and at times we understand that you will get a double yellow, and throughout the season you might get a couple of red cards where you go, okay, maybe we're a little bit unlucky there, but the red cards that we have and we have had, the majority of them are unacceptable. And it's frustrating as a manager to keep talking about discipline and certain individuals in the press. So it's down to them players to sort themselves out and behave differently. But I say that, I love players that play on the edge. I love players that give it all and that go out there and compete and fight. But you've got to try and challenge it in the right way.
You said last week you tend to reward loyalty. You show loyalty when you're rewarding players who are in the team, stay in the team. Is Jermaine's performances make it increasingly difficult to even consider dropping him, even though Alfredo's available again?
Well, I think your question's to try and make me to confirm or deny who's going to be leading the line for me in an Old Firm match, which won't be happening. I think you'll see 90 minutes or 60 minutes before the game what my team selection is. The truth is that people are pushing to play. The players have been consistent of late, which does make it more difficult to take players out. If players are performing well and are consistent, it is difficult to make changes. But what we do need to have is people pushing, and the people that are in the 11 or have been in the 11 lately need to do everything they can to try and keep hold of the share for 2 games. But these performances from now till the end of the season, you remember them going into next year as well. So they're 2 important games, and players need to play well.
How crucial could Stephen Davis's experience be now that he's back playing his best level as well, if he is selected?
You're trying to get me to confirm Dave as well. Stephen Davis has been excellent in the last period of games. I think now he's 100% fit and sharp. You can see him running football matches for us. He obviously got a very important assist at the weekend, but I think his all-round game was strong. He's sharp, he's covering a lot more ground, he's aggressive, he's happy, he's confident, and that type of Stephen Davis obviously warrants a team in the 11 whatever game's coming up. I think he was man of the match at the weekend, and rightly so. So imagine if I didn't play him.
Stephen, your recent round form is impressive. Can you pinpoint the reason behind it?
I think we had a good reaction from the Old Firm. I think players have took responsibility for their own performances. I think across the board everyone's performing well. I think we found a way of playing that suits us and suits the players that have been picked in the starting 11s of late. And winning games breeds confidence and belief, and the players are tuned in to what we're trying to do, how we want to play in and out of possession, and I think we're getting the rewards for that.
Do you think pushing Arfield out wide has benefited your team?
We haven't pushed them out wide.
Oh.
Stephen, do you feel that the reaction off the back of that Old Firm game in March could have dragged the players down, having lost the game, given what was at stake? The fact that the players have kicked on and got these results, what do you think that says about the character of the players here?
Well, I think if you look a little bit deeper than that, I think from half-time in the game with 10 men, the players were excellent. The players done everything they could in that 45 minutes to take something away from the game. And the players, even though we lost the game, we gave them a lot of praise for the 10 men that were left on the pitch. A tough place, a big pitch against a good team, to roll the sleeves up like they did and perform like they did. I think we actually took a lot of confidence away from that Old Firm, and that's basically just snowballed. The confidence and belief snowball from there, and we've been very good. Now we need to take our form and try and find another performance in the Old Firm, because it'll be another big challenge for us, a difficult challenge, because it's a good team we're playing against.
The cliche in derbies is that form sometimes goes out the window, but invariably the team that's in form wins these games. Does that give you more confidence, even if it didn't have it already?
We're going in with confidence. I agree with the cliche in terms of form in derbies, through my own experiences as a player. But whoever turns up on the day and plays the best normally wins the football match. So we need to make sure that we're right at it, because I think our performance against Hibs, with all due respect, doesn't win an Old Firm. So that's the reason why, I was slightly frustrated with the performance against Hibs. Yeah, we won the game, we kept a clean sheet, but that level of performance doesn't win you an Old Firm. That intensity doesn't win you an Old Firm.
I suppose, Stephen, that you've offered a deal for Edson Mexer, the defender in France. Would that be correct? Are you confident you can get it over the line?
No, I think you've probably seen the picture in the public domain. I went to watch Rennes v Monaco to analyse a lot of players on the pitch. Bumped into numerous players after the game and was asked for a picture. I think people are putting a lot of speculation out there and stuff. We are looking for centre-backs. Mex is a good player, but what I'm led to believe is he'll be playing his football in France next year. Don't take that as facts. That's just what I'm hearing through the grapevine. But he is a good player who we admire.
You certainly feel you need numbers in that area with Joe, his loan spell ending, and Gareth's contract, I believe, is up at the end of the season.
Yes, that's an area where we'll have to get some bodies in. Yeah, that's an area that we're looking to replace and strengthen.
Connor, what has been said amongst the players off the back of the last meeting with Celtic in terms of, I guess, how close you feel you are to them now?
Not much, obviously. In the last Old Firm, we knew that we performed well, especially in the second half. I feel like we were very probably reactive in the first half to what they were throwing at us. Where I think in the second half we was proactive on the front foot, and it was one of those where we had nothing to lose. And since then, obviously, we've gone on a good run. So we were all just looking forward to the game, and we're going into it with confidence.
That run that you've been on, what do you feel has been the best aspect of it from your point of view? I mean, obviously the defensive record's been excellent.
Yeah, from my point of view, yeah, obviously we're keeping clean sheets and we're looking solid. We're not conceding many shots on our goal, and I think the only one we've conceded is the Hearts game away from home. So we've been strong in that area, but at the other end of the pitch we're scoring goals as well. So when you have a good blend of both of those, then it's a recipe for success.
I'm guessing the confidence in the squad must be really high with how the last few performances have been.
Yeah, it is. And as the gaffer said, when you're winning games of football, that you just want to keep playing and go into every game feeling confident and feeling like you're never going to lose.
What did the game in December do for belief in the squad? Did it, the team had such a difficult spell against Celtic last year? Did it sort of dispel all the sort of fears that might have sort of still lingered on about facing Celtic?
I don't know, because at the same time we're a new group of players and a lot of the players haven't been here for that many years, where they've obviously suffered defeat against Celtic. But in every Old Firm, you're going to play against a good side, and you're going to have to be at your best. And I think on that day, on the 29th, that we was at our best and we managed to win the game. So that just shows us, the team, that if you want to win an Old Firm, then that's the standard that you've got to play to.
As an experience, how did that day rank to anything else you've been through in your career?
Yeah, it was up there. It was a great day. Obviously, going into the break, we knew it was a massive game for the club. But I've enjoyed all the Old Firms, and even though the results haven't always been great, I feel the team's performing well, and hopefully if we can get another top performance this weekend, then we can get 3 points.
How do you think Nicola's done since he's come back into the team? He was very impressive on Sunday against Hibs.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's settled straight back in. He's looking confident again. He's looking the player that he was at the start of the season. I feel like he's calmed down and he's just playing his own game, not being worried or nervous about having to impress. And I feel like he's just playing his own game, and when he does that, he's a top player.
Stephen, I touched it at the top. How was your emotions on Tuesday night and since?
I just think it confirmed to everyone how big the Champions League competition is. It's a mega competition. I've experienced it as a player. It's the ultimate, and I think the last two games over the last 48 hours have confirmed that. I mean, the nerves on Tuesday night at Anfield for myself personally was difficult to control. I had to leave at 4-0, even though I had my 7-year-old daughter. I used that as an excuse, but it was more the nerve side of it. So God help what the players were going through. And then yesterday, obviously, Spurs. I mean, what a performance from Spurs. And just to see the emotion and the reaction from Pochettino, I think it shows what football means to everyone. I just think both games were a great advert for European football, and what a final to look forward to. But very, very quickly we have to swing back into obviously Rangers mode, and my focus and priority now is to get this team ready to perform in a big Old Firm at the weekend. But if players are looking for motivation and inspiration, and they're feeling winning a big football match, hopefully they watch the last 2 games, because it was absolutely brilliant to watch. Sensational stuff.
I can't believe you left.
Well, I just don't think I would have been able to cope with the seeing either Coutinho or Suarez or Messi just break my heart. I used, as I said, my 7-year-old. She had school the next day. Beat the traffic and get out of there before it goes wrong. Just remember the good stuff.
How do you cope as a manager then in similar circumstances when you're seeing?
I think it's different. Obviously, you prepare yourself as a manager for big games, and you've got all week. You drill your team on your game plan and stuff, and you go in, you're ready, and you fire yourself up. You go to these games relaxed, and then all of a sudden, a dream starts brewing and snowballing, and you think, oh, wow. At 1-0, I was thinking, if we get one more goal, this is game on, and then it comes, and then obviously you get over the line and you think, oh, there's still time left, and the amount of quality players on the pitch is just too much for me. I had to go.
You see the Liverpool support and the way that they crave success for the club. Do you get a similar feeling from the Rangers support here and think about how they're going to react when?
I think it's very similar. I think the emotion and the passion from Ibrox and Anfield is very similar. I think as a fan and an ex-player, that's probably the best atmosphere I've seen at Anfield. It took me back to Chelsea when we scored the Luis Garcia goal. It took me back to Olympiacos, them big European nights that I experienced myself, and it also took me back to the Old Firm atmosphere. The Rapid Vienna, the last 15 minutes there, and I hope, as a manager of this team and this club, I experience more big nights, because Ibrox, alongside Anfield, is a special arena for football, and it's mine and the players' responsibility that we give these fans some good times. So that's the plan. But obviously, being in amongst that atmosphere at Anfield, it reminded me of how good and how special it would be here if we can give these fans some success.
Thanks for that, Fox. You're back, gentlemen.
Yep.
We'll start with the playing stuff. I mean, obviously, Lafferty injured, Grezda injured, and Lee Wallace. But we're not getting a lot away there that none of them will be starting up.
My feelings exactly, aye. He played with him a wee bit there, wasn't he? That was good. I'm doing that, aye. Aye. I picked it out right away.
So the sort of big talking point, I think the back four will pretty much pick itself. I think Flanagan will start for me, Fox. Still feeling Andy Halliday's a wee bit unfortunate. He's never done anything wrong.
I think Flanagan, I don't think he'll change the back four at all.
No.
And it would have been probably maybe one more change in the whole team if McGregor hadn't get red carded. So it was good. If only our team could play the way he talks, mate.
Yeah.
The way he bats off attacks and then strikes and takes it at his own pace through these press conferences. Absolutely brilliant to listen to.
He is a good talker. I think he's honest as well, JFK. He's an honest assessment.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when he speaks to us, he's not speaking to us as morons. He knows that he's an intelligent man, and he knows that I hope he thinks that we're intelligent people. And we love to listen to his tone and that, I mean, his honesty, they don't like that. You can hear that with that Mark Goodyear for Snides. He's asking stupid questions. And does he think the gaffer's going to tell him his team days before it, who's he's playing and who he's drafting? And what a wally. That's a polite word for him. But the gaffer should put him in his place. He speaks very, very good. Fluently. Doesn't stutter, knows what he's saying, and very articulate in his way of putting things there. So, yep, great to listen to him again, next year.
Yeah, we've been joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog.
Evening, folks. How are you?
All right, mate. Did you hear the interview?
I've listened to it a couple of times a day, mate, so I have. The first part that bored me, mate, to be honest with you, it's like watching Rangers. I hype myself up to watch Rangers. I hype myself up to listen to what he's got to say, and they just ask him the same crap questions all the time. He even made a point of saying we don't need to talk about the past. We're concentrating on what's ahead, and then he went back to talk about last week and things like that. Like, it's just the same questions. Like, he's an interesting guy, mate. He's got good points and things like that. Like, why would you know what? I hear what he's got planned for the future. Why are you going back to games like prior in the season? Like, do you know, I think he's told the players about discipline and things like that. But the second part of the interviews, like, that's more like it for me. Like, you get to see a bit of him, you know what I mean? Like, how he feels about Liverpool and things like that. So he's got that desire and passion for our club. I just hate when they ask him questions for the past. It's just stupid. Because they ask him the same stuff every week.
I think he handles them pretty well, Stardog. Yeah, he's too
He
clever.
definitely does. Like, he's no long way them there he is, but it's just frustrating to like they don't get it. It's the same every week. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Or bringing up things to the past. It never changes.
Fair comment, mate. Fair comment. On the playing front, I think the team's pretty much what he didn't give away is about whether Morelos will start. That'll be the puzzle for us all. We'll all be intrigued with that. What's your name to use?
Well, it is a hard one, mate, because he didn't really get away, and nor should he. He shouldn't give them a sniff at anything, but it'll be interesting. But I did see a picture of the day of Barisic getting into a tackle with Kent, so it looks as if he's back in training and seems to be fitting fine. So I don't think he'll get near the squad, but it was just interesting to see that picture getting flung about the day. But I think he'll step.
He was on the bench last week, I think, Barisic.
Was he? I don't think he was, mate.
I think he was. That was a surprise, but he was on the bench.
Well, I think he'll start with the same team, but I think he will bring Morelos on for a good half hour in the game, maybe 35 minutes of the game. I think he will.
I personally think Morelos will start. It's where he'll start.
That's the thing, Ox. Who do you take out? I mean, on their form, like, who do you take out? You can't take Arfield or Defoe, because Defoe's work
on form the last few games.
Defoe's work off the ball brings away so many defenders and involves the midfield so much more. We're just so much more, like, we're so much more, like, better at scoring. We're more fluent, so we are, and the boys in midfield are chipping in the goals and things like that now. So I think I prefer it like that, but I wouldn't disagree with Ryan Kent. But I just think against Celtic, mate, he just steps up his game, so he does. He really does. So it'd be hard to tell Ryan Kent you're not playing because you weren't feeling well last week.
All right. Fox, Morelos start for you?
You know, I would start him, but I don't think he's going to change the ones up front, mate. As you rightly say, you can't have a go at Defoe. He's worked hard, he's scored goals. I would just like to see him somehow fitted into the side. But as Stardog says, we'll probably only see him as a substitute in this game, which will disappoint me, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, maybe in normal circumstances, Ox, I would swap Morelos and Defoe for the one reason. Morelos would be good at closing them down a lot quicker than Defoe would, and maybe start to run their defence a bit ragged and then bring on Defoe. It depends what way Stevie thinks the game's going to go, and he might surprise us and go for Morelos, mate, but I would say, and going with what everybody thinks on the forums and what I've read, that Defoe should keep his place.
What's your thinking, JFK?
I think Defoe start definitely. I think you've got to get to the man in possession of the jersey. He's not doing anything wrong. He's playing well, and let Fred sit on the bench for another game and bring him on when required, if required. So, yeah, I can't see him doing tinkering there. I know where Fox is coming for regarding maybe possibly playing the two of them. I don't think he'll actually do that against the puddle drinkers. So, yeah, same again for me. Playing Defoe up front.
I think he mentioned, Fox, in the press conference and all, mate, that the team are fun away that they're all comfortable playing. The fun away of playing that they're all comfortable. So I think it'll be about Defoe keeping that going and maybe trying to bring Morelos into that style of playing, things like that, showing them how to work defenders off the ball and run into channels and things like that. So I think that's a tactic more for the future. I really do hope we keep the same team, mate. And another thing I thought was important was Stevie G mentioned that had performance will never win us an all-firm game. I'm glad he comes out with these statements because we all know it, but it's just refreshing to hear the manager say it, isn't it?
Aye, that's what go back to his point. He's very, very honest, Stardom, you know.
Aye, 100%, mate. He just hits it the nail on the head straight away all the time. He just says what you want to hear, and you know what he's saying to them in his dressing room, and the team will know that wasn't good enough to win them an all-firm game. But I just think we'll be fired up for this at the weekend. We really do owe them, man.
I think Morelos will start. I've just got a funny feeling. I don't know why, lads. I just got a funny feeling he'll start.
Take out Kent. You think he'll take out Kent Ox?
Potentially, aye, which I know is a bit bizarre when you take the last two all-firm games, but he's been excellent.
It's just
I don't know why. I've nothing to back it up. Just a feeling I've got, mate. If that makes sense.
Well, we kind of play this diamond kind of shape now in the midfield, don't we? Arfield at the tip, and the other three full-backers are needed, but it's more or less like a diamond to play, I think. And I think there is room to take Kent out, mate, and play two of them up front, because Celtic will most probably play with 4-4-2, and if you've got three up front, mate, it stops their full-backs galloping forward, you know?
Aye, so it could be a tactical battle. Well, I'm not saying I'm 100% that Kent's out, Morelos is in. I'm just giving you a wee bit of gut feeling, Stardom, you know?
I know, I can totally see his point of view, mate, but I know Stevie G did come out and say the last game he wasn't feeling well, he was been sick and things like that at half time. That's how he taken him off. It wasn't really, he genuinely wasn't well that day, so I don't know, mate. He just steps up against them. He tears them to pieces. So he does. Like, think about that goal he scored at Parkhead. He ripped it to their centre back straight down the middle. He really does step up against them. I just don't think we can afford to lose that flair in the game because he's the only. I mean, Defoe and Arfield are great with a link-up play, but as for pace and skill and just sheer flair, he's got it in bundles, mate. And I just don't think we can afford to take that out of the team because we're going to have the ball a lot in this game. We're going to be pushing forward early 10, 20 minutes. So I think it's essential to have a full at in the team, mate. And Morelos is a great player to bring off the bench. The full run their defenders oil the park for maybe 55, 60 minutes, tire them out, and then they've got to cope with him coming off the bench and pushing them about and bullying them and things like that. So I think it's a great option having Morelos on the bench. I love him, mate. I do love him, but I just think the way Defoe plays and the way the team's playing, you know, it's more important that we keep everybody together in that same team, 13-11.
Stardom mentioned an interesting point there, GFK, about Jermaine's movement off the ball. What a partner for Morelos to learn off and add to his game in training, Jermaine Defoe.
Oh, definitely. You know, I mean, Fred's obviously learning the game that as we know, but I mean, his goals scored this season have been brilliant, but he can learn a lot for the way Jermaine Defoe plays. Obviously, they're two different types of players. Fred can occupy 3 or 4 defenders himself. He's good at that. Defoe's not that type. He prefers the ball to come more to him than him going looking for it. But I what Stardog said there, I agree. You know that. I mean, if the style of play that Rangers are playing now, if Fred's going to stay next season, then he's got to adapt to that. Can he adapt to it? I would like to think he could, mate. I would like to think he could.
Do you not think if there's a possibility of Morelos staying next year, mate, that this is a good game, decent opposition to try out a partnership of two up front?
Well, you might. I don't have a problem with it. I kind of thought long and hard what you were saying there the last few weeks, Fox, and I do agree with you a certain point, you know. But we've nothing to lose in Sunday, you know. But we want to win the game. But if he's maybe trying something in training that allows the two of them to play in the same team, and well, obviously the obvious candidate for being dropped there for me would be Kent. So I know he's played well the last 2 Old Firm games, but if maybe the manager's got something up his sleeve and he plays the two of them up front, that'd be brilliant, and we roast them. But why go for it? You know, it'd be different if we had something to play for in the sense that the points matter. The points do matter, obviously, to close the gap. But obviously, we all know, case the league's done. But aye, go for it. That maybe shake them up. They might not expect Morelos and Defoe to play together. That might be good. We might end up with a barrel load. Yippee! That'd be good.
I just think that would be detrimental to us ever getting a chance of keeping Ryan Kent, mate. He'd be thinking to himself, look at the way I've played in the last 12 fun games, and you're dropping me for somebody that could get sent off.
I don't. Sorry to jump in,
mate, but
I don't think Ryan Kent's a goer.
Do you know think so, JFK?
I don't. There's a silly story going about that. There's already a £6 million fee being agreed. But you know,
I don't believe that crap, mate. But
no, but I still don't think that he's not even worth. He's worth half of that at the very most.
I know, I'm not saying that, mate. But see, as a fan, would you like to see him here next season?
I would like to see him here. Aye, definitely. Aye, I would like to see him. But I'm not letting my heart rule my head. I don't think he will be here. I think others will come in for him, and they'll pay the silly money that we can't afford to pay.
It's going to be a Leslie Fowler for you, GFK, yeah?
Yep. Price has got to be right, pal. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I think Kent's shown potential, and if he was a young boy breaking into the team, well, he isn't young, is he? What is he, 22? He's not as if he's 17, you know? He was excellent in the two big games. There's no taking away from it. He was that last game there when we did the 10 men. He nearly won us that game. He scored a good goal, made other chances, could have scored other chances, you know, and his all-round play was superb, Fox. But apart from that,
he's good till he gets to the edge of the box for me. I don't think he's terrific at picking out passes inside the box. His shooting isn't very reliable, but he's a terrific wee player to watch. And I think it would make more sense if we went 2 up and Barisic had went up the yellow brick road and found himself a bit of heart. And he was playing on the left and Tavo on the right would have given us the width and the driving forward for the wings, you know. That's the only reason probably Kent wouldn't get in the team if Barisic would have been playing up to his potential, mate, I think. Because we're not going to get much change out of John Flanagan going forward, but we'll certainly get the benefits of him defending, I hope. If that makes sense. I don't know if I did or not.
That makes sense as much as you normally do, if that makes sense.
Oh, well, I must be doing all right then.
You're doing really well.
Well, that does make some sense.
I get where you're coming from. I mean, Kent showed great skills. He's not a finished article, JFK, yeah?
Oh, it's definitely not a finished article, nah. But, I mean, he's worth taking a punt on, and I know that sounds daft in the way he's played for so many games, but at $3 million, is it a punt? Is it an investment at $3 million? Or that's a lot of money for Rangers to pay for him. It's a punt, mate.
All right. But JFK, there's only one way to sort this, isn't there?
Yeah, go for it.
We asked the lobby, would they pay £3 million for Ryan Kent? Yes or no? What do you think?
Well, I say no.
Right, you say no. What do you think, Fox? $3 million Ryan Kent? Yes or no?
I would take a gamble on him at $3 million, mate, but I wouldn't. If you're starting to talk 6 or 7 million, I don't think I'd take that gamble.
Yeah. What would you start, Doug?
Aye, $3 million. Aye, I would take a punt on him for $3 million, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the GFK camp, I've got to be honest with you. So, yes or no? Simple question. Would you spend £3 million of our budget on Ryan Kent? Yes or no? Interesting to see how it pans out, JFK here.
Definitely.
The yeses are winning.
Oh, I hope no, mate. I don't like
for a change.
All right, I'm a no man. Just like been married, we're no men, JFK.
No, well, that's aye.
Speaking about Ryan Kent, what about these? Is it the writers, young players of the year? Ryan Kent never even got a sniff. He's not even in it.
Who is the people that's in it?
It's the boy Turnbull, Lewis Ferguson, Jake Hasty and I can't remember the fourth one, mate. I can't remember the fourth one.
What award's that, Stardog?
It's the writers. It's the writers' Young Player of the Year and writers' Player of the Year. Morelos and McGregor are in it. Or McGregor, along with Darren McGregor, and I think it's James Forrest. But we're not going to get the writers' Player of the Year. So
I'll tell you what, I think that just shows to me that the Scottish press know nothing about football.
Yep.
The most consistent player at the top end of the leagues, mate, all season, and for his assists and goals, how Tav doesn't get a mention in that is absolutely shocking to me.
that's why I'm bringing it up, Fox. I just think the whole thing. I mean, I don't know if somebody can go check who the fourth young player is, mate, but I was shocked that it's no Ryan Kent. And as I say, for the fourth players of the year, we can who's going to get it. It'll be one of them. And I agree with Fox. Tav should be in there. 100% Tav should be in there. But they're no. So I mean, they obviously are close, or they obviously just don't watch Rangers play or something. I don't know. It's madness to me.
Mm-hmm. GFK, we get absolutely horsewhipped in the lobby there.
I saw that 17-0, mate. That's right. I'm all right. I'm thick-skinned, mate. I can cope with that, you know. As I say, it's all about opinions, but what do they know?
Aye, if you feel strongly about that, give us a call. What's the number, Fox?
0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We were brought into the call. We're one of them at Old School Blue. What can you talk about? Stardog?
All things Rangers.
Yeah, mate. And you can even talk to GFK. There you go. That must be worth a phone call on its own.
There you go.
I'm quite surprised coming up to an Old Firm game that no many people are phoning in with their views, mate. That kind of shocks me.
Yeah.
I'm quite shy of your support, aren't they, GFK?
Yeah, well, some of them are. I think they're shy until you meet them.
Right,
that's when the shock hits them.
Oh dear.
Can I just say, obviously I don't know how to put it on here. I sent a couple of pictures to Old School. He might need to. We were presented with a nice bottle of whiskey today by our friend Stevie from Drumchapel. That's why he was on the phone to me today. It's quite a special bottle, and I don't know if Old School can put the pictures in the lobby and let the guys see. That will be passed on to someone in the next few days' time. It's quite nice. Yourself and Fox aren't on my Facebook, so I couldn't send you the pictures. But
no, I don't know how to put
it.
Old School Blue might manage to put it in the lobby.
I sent Old School the pictures today. You'll be quite surprised at the bottle when you see them. The bottle when you see it's nice.
Aye, he's as mad as a hat of the big fella, isn't he?
Wait you see this bottle, you'll see how mad he is. Honestly, it's a work of art, mate.
Aye, some man. He's some man.
Yep, one of the best, if not the best.
Stardog.
Aye.
This game, I'll play devil's advocate. It's only a bounce game. Does it matter?
Not for me, mate. It matters to me. Every game matters to me. What I was going to say to you is, Jank Catholic just there.
Aye.
Jank that's dead set. Because all the big games this year, he's started at Worrell. But Jank Worrell's done his dough after that wee video he posted with wee bird.
I just think a manager sets such high standards, mate. He feels you've got to watch the own goals. I mean, didn't really. Joe Worrell's a video didn't really offend me. GFK, what about yourself? I know you
didn't offend me neither, but I know from a professional point of view, Stevie G that at the club.
It didn't bother me, you know. But I know the manager's got standards that he's lived by. You know, through his football career and his life, and that he's commented on that, you know. So Nah, for me, I'm not really too. No, I want to see my team play unless he's committed murder or done something far serious than what he's put. No, I'm not really too. Doesn't bother me, quite honest with you. I'd rather see Ryan Kent get bought for $2 million, but there you go.
Fox, any thoughts?
On Joe Worrell.
Why?
He's done reasonably well most of the season. I think he's been all okay for a lone player. I think now he's tending to look towards the future. He had to give Katic game time to see if he's going to be in his plans totally for next year. And for me, Katic has stood up to the challenge. He's played well since he came in alongside Goldson. And he deserves to play to the end of the season. And probably, unless we get some superstar centre back, he'll be starting next year for us as well. I'm quite happy with Katic. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah.
I like Katic and all, mate, so but it was just interesting how they said we're looking for a couple of players in their positions. What I imagine
if McCulloch is out the door and so does Worrell, we're really short in the centre half position.
I know, but Ox, what's he going to go for? Is he going to go for what Ken Fox is saying, a kind of superstar centre back? I mean, surely he'll not go for him that is younger than Katic. Because then that would leave Ken Katic would be our youngest defender, and you would like him to learn for older folk. Is he then going to go for the experience? I mean, I'm agreeing with a lot of folk. I like Katic. I think he is a good defender, and I think he's been great so far this season. But will he be there all next season for us? I don't know, mate. Would everybody want to see more quality in than Katic, or is everybody just happy with him? And would you bring somebody in underneath him? I don't know. It's a hard one.
I know who I would bring in.
When you go for?
I'd bring in Stevie for the drum match. Who I'd bring in. Evening, Stevie.
Oh, no, see, that
evening, lads. How are you? Okay.
All right, Stevie boy.
Jimmy.
How you doing, pal?
Yes. Aye, Stardog there, aye.
Aye, Stardog's there. Are you no Babs?
I am here, Stevie.
Stardog, you get yourself on that panel, bud. You're representing the young team. You're in there with a bunch of hooligans. That's what you're in that. You get yourself sorted on that panel. Oxford, sign that man up. Let's talk a contract with Stardog.
The youth. He's a youth. He's a youth policy.
100%. Yes.
Pass the Dutch.
Talks a lot of sense.
Cheers, buddy.
Stardog. Yes, and I'll tell you another thing, JFK, you're going to get me done with the tax evasion with this bottle. So yeah.
I think it's avoidance. I think it's avoidance for you.
I'll tell you one thing. We're all going to get a drink out of that on Sunday when we beat them. When we beat them. Because I think we're going to absolutely mollocate them, as the Bridge would say. They're feared. I was listening to a couple of other radio stations tonight, and they're giving it, play the young team, we don't care, it's a doesn't matter game. That's a sign of fear, because they know they're going to get gubbed. And believe me, the Rangers, we'll beat them. And I'm going to fling my hat in the ring here and say we're going to beat them with 2 clear goals. There you go, lads. So start celebrating now. You want a song?
I wish you'd be a wee bit more positive, Stevie, when you come on.
Well, Brad's away. Somebody's got to be positive.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's Brad anyway.
He tries his doing, didn't he?
Bridgie's doing his Captain Pugwash, Stevie.
He's away a tour on the Waverley, mate, for a fortnight.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
I'm saying nothing.
The man's a shocker.
And I'll tell you another thing, guys. See, he's going to start with Defoe. He's I've backed up Morelos through thick and thin, and I've explained the boy's done before he's in a part and everything else. But listen, Defoe, his movements, he's getting better and better, the same as Davis. He's going to start. I would stick with the exact same team. I really would. And I think I don't know who it was that was saying there, the wee Scouse boy would play at left back. He's a right footer. That could be against, is it Forrest or McGregor? That could be a good thing that he's there doing that, because he does cut in. I think it might have been yourself, Fox. I'm not too sure.
If it's kind of sensible, it would have come from me, mate. No, that Stardog.
Aye. Oh, I don't know about that. I heard your teacher used to say, what comes after a sentence, you used to say an appeal.
I think that was.
What, he's a shocker. The man's a shocker, telling you.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
That was Bridges' teacher that used to say that to him, mate.
No, guys, I'm really confident. I'm confident about the weekend. And if they're going to get with that attitude, we'll do them 100%. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, come on, it's frustrating. That second half at Parkhead, we should have left there with at least a point, guys. That was so frustrating. And the first game, we just didn't get it right at Parkhead. We all put our hands up. It's been a learning curve for Stevie G, and no doubt he's learnt a lot for this season. But Sunday, I think we'll do them by 2 clear goals. There you go, guys. I don't know what you think about that.
Do you think we should stop their bus, mate, at the roundabout and let them walk the full length of Edmondson Drive to get into the stadium, same way they do us at Parkhead, let us, our players walk a gauntlet?
I'd stop the bus at the tunnel, mate.
Well, Patty Brendan was there. He used to meet a lot of people coming through the tunnel, didn't he?
Say, oh, you've made my life. He's struggling for a tunnel in Leicester, isn't he?
I'd love to stop the bus outside the Grapes. That's what I'd love to do. Give them it tight.
I'm with you, Stevie. I think we'll win. I really do, mate.
I know you don't take form into these kind of games, but it's just a gut again. It's a gut feeling that I've got. I think we'll beat them by 2 clear goals. Whether it's 3-1, 2-1. I think with 2 clear goals, I think we'll do them. I really do.
All right, we'll be joined by a caller. He might be coming in to speak to you, Stevie. Evening, caller.
No, you're wrong. You're imagining things now.
There's a caller. Oh, that's Stevie's number on.
He's not opened that bottle already, has he?
I've finished it. Oh, the battle fever's kicked in. I go a bit silly. I need a drink to calm my nerves.
Oh, the battle fever's kicking in with me. I know I've been watching the old games, and honestly, my wee bear cub, he's doing press ups and everything, man. We're getting right tuned. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's going to be brilliant, man. It really is. And for that, you know, the first thing they're going to say once we dub the match, it doesn't matter. You always beat us when it doesn't matter. Every Old Firm game. If we had an Old Firm game at 3 in the North Pole, the 2 ends would be full. Every game, every single game. Well, our end would be full, that's for sure. And every single game matters against them.
Obviously, you're similar ages to myself, Stevie, late 20s, but we talked about it last night about favourite games for the past. What's the big ones that stick out for you?
There's that many. I've been going to see Rangers. I was quite lucky. The bus left just across the road, and people took me when I was 10 to the game and that, you know. And Lovencrans one sticks out the cup final for some strange reason.
That was a special one.
That sticks out for me. At Parkhead, I think the 4-2 game. Was it Bomber Brown's goal?
Was that the Mendes goal? Or Bomber Brown's goal? Aye,
man. Big Bomber scored, aye. No, I can remember that. No, there's that many, isn't there, really? Anytime you beat them's a special game, innit? So, it's that there. They too, they stick out for me. You know, even the 5-1, I was at that. I know Mark Walters and Ray Wilkins drink on that. Brilliant. We won 5. We won the Gidas 5. And it was brilliant, man. You could talk about Rangers. No, I was saying there that the away ground, you were talking about football grounds. The football ground that I was base feet going out of was the old Tynecastle. Beware of pickpockets everywhere. You used to get carried out that one exit. Everybody went out that one exit. And you go to it and your feet left the ground and you get carried out. And I was only a wee skinny young pup at the time. I was terrified to go out of there. But some cracking away days with the teddy bears and everything else. The football's subdued now. We're not allowed in with a blow-up banana or anything. It's all subdued now, man. It's the young team these days have never experienced when I was a young boy going to see Rangers. No, And I don't say that, I still think I'm a young boy, but when I was gone, I was 10 and 12 and gone to see Rangers. No, brilliant times. Away games were absolutely fantastic. But guys, honestly, getting back to Sunday, the Bears will be gone potty. Trust me, we'll beat them with 2 clear goals.
Now, in a week where there's been a lot of comebacks, it reminded me of a game about 86, mate. When we went 2-0 down to them. I don't know if you remember that at Ibrox. The right rainy day. The pitch was like a bog at Ibrox, believe it or not.
For each game?
For each game, mate.
For each game.
That was a great game. Aye.
Yep. That was a great game. Tommy Burns scored an hour that day, didn't he? For them.
Cammy Fraser got 2 for
Cammy
Rangers.
Fraser scored for us. McCoy.
Wee Fleck is the other one, aye.
Did Willie McStay get sent off for his 44th tackle on McMahon?
That's right, aye, he did.
He's 44th tackle. But I know, they brilliant games, aye. Absolutely brilliant, that for each game.
That was big jokes last Old Firm game, yeah?
Was it, aye?
Aye, it was just after that, the soonest, we announced soonest, no long after that we announced soonest was coming in.
I always remember, I hope none of my teachers, if they're still alive, I always remember bunking school, jumping out of the old Albion and climbing up that big stone wall and watching Rangers training. So I did on the Albion. And honestly, I got my picture took with Terry Butcher one time. I was only a wee tot. I've got the photo there somewhere. Me and my other mate with school, Scotty Murray. And the memories you just get for that, never mind gone away days and whatever. I used to dog school and go there and watch Rangers all the time. My mum and dad, I get killed right enough when I get caught, but yeah, that's the things you've done. You just loved Rangers. And see, when you were signing a big star, what we were doing all the time, I'll tell you how I did get caught one time, dog in school. I think it was Richard Goff signed for Rangers. And he was at the front door at Ibrox, and there was me and my mate, and my man Dad seen me on the telly and said, "How did you get there for school?" You know, and I get absolutely mollificated after them. But the days are brilliant.
I can understand that, because at St Tam's you couldn't have said the teacher let you go, could you?
See, the funny thing was, see the school across the Ibrox, see, that's the school my dad went to. You know? Aye, my dad's a governor. Aye, he was. Right. Aye, he was Nathan Street governor. I'm sure it was. He first came for, and then he moved to somewhere. He used to tell me about the Irish Channel or something. It was full of papes and everything. Mad stuff, no. But used to tell you about the crowds at Ibrox and stuff like that. And some of the old players he was telling you, Jim Forrest. He mentioned Jim Forrest. And he used to say to me, him there on the telly, he couldn't have laced Jim Forrest's boots. That's what my dad used to keep saying to me. And you hear all these guys kind of talk. Huh?
Did you hear us talking about Jim Forrest's record the other night, mate?
Listen, by the way, there's no way in the world, I don't even think my dad knew that. There you go. And he used to bum Jim Forrest up all the time. Was it 144 goals and, what was it, 140 or something?
166 games.
46 goals or something, wasn't it?
Aye, something like that, mate.
Unbelievable, man. What would you pay for a guy like that now? Deary me.
What would he be worth? Oh, Fox is gone. Oh, do you know what we've missed? Because we've been blaring a tune. Get yourself on mute, lads. I will have a tune.
You've also missed Blue Star, who's been in for ages, but I'll let you go in that one.
All right. I'm sorry, I apologise.
That's better. Like to hear it. You want a tune now, aye?
I get the drum chat with Protestant boys on. Come on. Come on, make my night.
That was
on mute. On mute.
And marching on through the years of history. heads held on high. Up for the jersey they would do or die. Oh, fight, fight for right. Play the game with a badge of glory. Well, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the way to cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on through the song of glory. We'll lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? Well, they're admired by all who know them. If you knew them, so would you. For they have played in Monaco, they have played in the USA. But the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day. For it's the home of famous heroes, and their praises they have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gaelic, Alan Morton and George Young. And when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, will you scatter all my ashes on the slope of Ibrox Park? And what the angels I'll be singing up in heaven, they're up above. I'll be singing, follow, follow, to the Rangers that I love. And with my flute I will be playing in the valleys and the glens. I'll be happy and contented when the Rangers win again. See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, up for the jersey they would do or die. Fight, fight for right, play the game with a badge of glory. We'll lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the wing to cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on to the songs of glory. We'll lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. We'll lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story.
Right, tonight live for Drumchapel for Rangers Radio, I present to you the Drumchapel Protestant Boys. Take it away, Davy boy. Happy memories there, guys.
Brilliant.
Battle fever on now, boys.
That was good, and it was brilliant at the time, Stevie. It was absolutely superb. I think.
What a night that was, by the way. And no, it's dead funny. The next home game, I met Skipper, and he asked me about being a triangle player in the band. Oh, brilliant. That was a great night, Ox. That was doing that live that night. That was brilliant. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Aye. And I think you were a wee bit nervous when you were cutting that live, weren't you?
Well, when you've got 40 guys sitting looking at you and wondering what you're doing and running about, honestly, I lost a stone that night. I'm not kidding you on, running up and down that hall. Right, 2 drummers sit down, you get all there, you take off. And the technical man on the night was Fox, and he was absolutely brilliant. And we eventually got there, didn't we, Fox? Magic.
Brilliant. That was a bonus to get the Battle Fever on. Anyway, something with the Battle Fever's joined us. Evening, Blue Star. How we doing, Mal Mucker?
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys. Oh, struggling with a toothache, mate. But
oh, dear.
I heard
look,
you.
Mate, look.
I was
Put a
listening
sick line in. You'll get the same wages. Didn't you, GFK?
Well, that's not what you did to me. I'll need to be asking for a Stewart's inquiry on that.
Or did he dock you anything?
Aye, I got 1 lollipop. I should have got 2.
I will never get 1, so you're getting double whack.
Oh, there you are. I should have said anything then. They said that a lollipop wouldn't be any good to Blue Star if he's got a toothache. How you doing, Blue Star?
No
Any
bad,
chance
Jimmy.
we can get your lollipops, Blue Star?
Oh, aye, definitely, aye.
Oxford, you better sign up Stardog. They're all dying on this. Is a deed dying show tonight.
Okay,
hey. Stardog's the future. These 3 anytime, mate. You know what I mean? What was that guy we were talking about today? We'll get them made to measure.
Oh dear. I don't know what your plans are for the second half of the show, Oxshire, but did any of you pick up? I know they never spoke about it at the presser. Did any of you pick up in Gary McAllister's comments about the Old Firm game?
No, I've not read them, mate. Go on in.
The interview he gave, he says obviously they're planning for the next season. He says, but he's urged the Rangers team to strike the first major blow for next term by winning against the puddle drinkers on Sunday. Good comment.
Did he use that term, puddle drinkers?
Well, I think he did. Good or bad comment? Do you think it's a bit of gamesmanship?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes, of course I do.
I don't think. I think it'll be good for us, good for morale. But then we've got to win the first 7 games of next season.
Yeah,
exactly. If we don't start the run next season, all this means nothing.
Ox, I was listening to you earlier on there, and he's talking about the game. See, for me, that I've still got lingering doubts. Not being a pessimist, it's just, see when that 4 games we were on there and we were winning, and then all of a sudden, don't get me wrong, we beat Hibs, but see the performance we put in that last game. You're saying to yourself, goodness sake, you were hoping that was getting eradicated, that we were going on a run. So you've just hit the nail on the head there. It would be exactly that. We would need to go in the next 7 games, the first games of next season. That's what we need, the consistency and showing that we can go it. No playing half a game, no playing 20 minutes, but playing 90 minutes after 90 minutes after 90 minutes. So you're bang on there.
I'm getting haunted with somebody. Stardog, the future of Rangers Radio.
Here I am, the future.
You'll be getting your own show, mate.
Aye.
You'll be getting your own show. Do you remember that late call?
What late call?
Ricky Fulton.
Remember if you stay alone, lock all your windows and doors. Put the fear of God into you. Sit there yourself with your cocoa. You live alone, please lock all the doors.
Another reason I want to win on Sunday is twice, I think, if I remember right, this season, we have been the club that's put an end to teams that's been on long unbeaten runs. We done it with Hearts earlier on this season. We've done it with Hibs, who have on a 10-match unbeaten run, and I'm hoping on Sunday we end their unbeaten run as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to happening on Sunday.
The thing is over the course of the season, they've actually lost more games than we've had in competitive football. I mean, I've still not managed to work out how they got so many games in Europe for a team that seem to beat every 2 weeks. You know, Stardust, what's your opinion on how important the game is on Sunday?
It's important to me, mate. Every game for Rangers is important to me.
That, mate, but this,
I don't even necessarily think it's an early blow for next season. I think I agree with yourself, Ox. It's made a morale hang for us and getting the win against Kilmarnock in the last game of the season. We've got to finish on a high for next season, going into next season. But it's always good to beat Celtic, innit? That's just the be all and end all. It's always good to beat Celtic, mate. So I think we will. I agree with Stevie. I think we'll win by two goals and all, mate. I think we'll be 3-1, but
I agree. I said that 2-0 or 3-1. Well, 1 by 2 clear goals in my book. And as you're talking about there, everything matters. Even when the young boys were playing there, playing the youth teams there and that, I'm up screaming at the telly and everything. I'm surely no the older Rangers fan it's doing that, am I? You know,
there's nothing worse. Look, come Sunday after the game now, there's nothing worse than meeting a puddle drinker who's beat you, right? With their big, ugly, puddle drinking face smiling back at you. So we want to put the proddy face onto them. You know, so don't let them kid you on it. A lot of them saying that this game doesn't matter. Play the young boys and all that.
Yeah.
Dirty puddle drinkers. Don't give them the
Jimmy,
time
that
of day.
just tells you that they're worried. That's what I think.
Of course it is.
They're worried.
Yep.
They're making excuses.
Yeah.
They're making excuses for a boss kick because they know they're no great shakes. They're ranked rotten. Let's be honest, guys. I know we keep saying this against them. We've been good and all the rest. But let's be honest. The luck they carried and all, goals in the last minutes against how many teams? You're talking 6 points. You know what I mean?
I think they get Dundee, Kilmarnock and Hearts, mate.
Well, they're 9 points, guys. Let's be honest. They've had a wee bit of the rubbery green and all. They're no pardon the pun, but they have carried a serious bit of luck. You know, when if any day games would have went pear-shaped, you know.
Yeah.
And then again, every time they drop points, we were sure to draw, do something daft. But against them, if they were gone head to head, we've done all right against them. We've lost the league to other teams. We definitely have. But they've definitely carried the luck in some of their games too.
Yeah.
Carried a lot of luck. Plus the fact after the December, the 29th game, they had, 6 out of 7 their next games were all at home too. And as you said, Stevie, they had 3-4 games in the trot where they scored in the dying minutes. And 2 of their games went to the 96th minute. How the ref even added them on was baffling.
I think they played St Mirren fucking 3 times in all in 2 weeks or something like that. I know, wasn't it? It was St Mirren they played 3 times. Aye, nuts, man.
We've been joined by Boswell.
Evening, boys. How we doing, mate?
Good evening, everybody. How we doing?
Good evening.
We're getting a wee bit silly because we're getting the battle fever on, boys.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. People get excited about that. It's always good to, I mean, as Stevie was saying, you know, it doesn't matter where, when, how, or what circumstance you play that mob in. You always like to give them a doing. I mean, there is never ever a point where it doesn't get to them because they exist because we do. and that's the one important thing that we must never ever forget is that everything they do because we've done it, not because they've done it. We're the trailblazers. They'll never be trailblazers in their life. We're the people that they follow.
I think their team Boswell's running on fumes now. I always remember a comment by, I think it was I think it was Ferguson, Ian Ferguson saying that going through the 9 in a row, the pressure builds and builds. And that's the way they look at it. Next year will be a struggle. They can add new players if they like, but the core of their team will still be there. And they look a tired side.
Yeah.
Well, you just see how they've played. They haven't really. We haven't had scintillating football off them since the early days of Brendan the Tranny. So I certainly think that there's not a lot left in the tank. And what was it? Who was it? One of them said today they don't need a pat in the back. That's just as well, because you'll not be getting one.
They've done a lot of patting in the back in time. Just ask the Waynes.
No, just wait till Tuesday, mate. Wait till Tuesday.
Sorry, lad.
No, it's all right. Just wait till Tuesday.
What's Tuesday?
You'll see.
Oh, well.
Is that something I've got to look forward to?
I don't know, mate. Just wait till Tuesday. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, well, we'll wait till Tuesday then.
And Stardog, to be fair, for some of the panel on here, that's a long time away Tuesday, so that's a bonus if they get to Tuesday.
Oh, don't start with that. I've had an absolute fraught day. I lost my mobile phone for 4 hours today. Oh, you don't realise how the end of the world flashes right in front of your eyes when you lose your mobile phone.
And just out of curiosity, where did you lose it?
My friend had picked me up. I hadn't zipped my pocket of my jacket up. It fell out onto the road. A very decent Presbyterian man picked it up and phoned me. So we went and picked it up. So there are decent human beings in the world. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You're a lovely, lovely man. Thank you.
I was just thought you might have lost it your girlfriends and Barbara was raging.
Me, a girlfriend? Hey, come on, behave yourself. Yeah.
That did give you problems.
No, I'm sorry. That's certainly a problem I don't have. I can assure you of that.
I know. I know what you feels like, boys. My internet was off for 30 minutes a day, and I was climbing the wall. Climbing the wall.
At the end of the light. I mean, that's Jesus. I couldn't even contemplate such a. I wouldn't be able to exist without internet, folks. And I don't suppose I'm the only one on here.
Did you get your super duper router? Oh.
Indeed.
Is it better?
Oh, it's like lightning now, mate. Lightning.
Yeah, he's rocking and rolling there. So did I hear someone say that Stardust getting his own show, Ox? Is that true?
He's getting his own show, mate.
Oh, excellent. Oh, well, good luck, mate. Good luck.
You could do a couple of shows next week, because me and you know we'll appear again, Ox.
That's good. It's good to see young blood get their chance.
Oh, the more the merrier. Wish there was loads of young.
What's the name of the show going to be for Doug and Ulster?
No, what we could call it, A Star Is Born.
A Stardog is born.
A Stardog is born. That sounds perfect, doesn't it? A Stardog is born.
Who would you have on the show with you, Stardog? You've got to pick your own panel.
My own? I've not got anything on about me that's reliable enough to go on radio.
All right, so
we're all bombed out then.
We're all bombed out.
Hey, there's a reliable club down the road then, eh?
Wait a minute.
Gabby, you're getting back to the beach from Garden.
I'm saying nothing.
Wait a minute. Stevie come on here. Big Stevie come on here and recommended me for the panel, and then next thing I'm getting my own show now. And I would have been happy to be a panel member. Next thing I'll away and get my own show. I was thinking I wasn't want it.
Oh, you're wanting me. Don't worry about that.
Guys, can I ask you a question? What's the carry on with the strips, UEFA and the strips? What's going on there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just maliciousness. The story is UEFA apparently have managed to concoct a stupid rule, but when you use the word UEFA and stupid rule, it's a sentence that's often used. Apparently, we have too many crests in the shirt, and they've said that we can't use it. So what I think will happen is Hummel will release a shirt that is just plain royal blue. For Europe, yeah. And I can hear the cries of incredulity through that, and it doesn't surprise me. It's just something else that some balloon in Switzerland suddenly thinks that it's a great idea. These people really need to get themselves sorted out. That's stupid.
See, I used to get stressed out when we had to play games in France, and then remember the Carlin badge. I used to get stressed out when just that was missing because it didn't look like the full Rangers tap. So that'll kill me, seeing a Rangers tap in Europe.
No, it's not going to happen.
That'll kill me.
You'll be fine, Stardom. You'll be too busy dealing with your celebrity status.
Pick it up. Big out to Big Stevie for the pub.
Oh, with TV on your what are you going to do about the begging letters, mate?
The what?
Keep writing them.
What's your name?
Keep writing them.
Keep writing them. Cracker boys.
The old ones are the best ones.
Boys, well, thank you, mate. That was.
I set you up for that one, didn't I? See if you cross them, I'll header them in at the back post dogs.
Poor Stardog. So come on, Stardog, you've got to pick your panel.
How many folk have I got to pick?
2.
Right, JFK's in straight away.
No.
Right.
Everybody loves your Jerry.
He's a lovable kind of guy.
Just because
his Wendy's are grand. That's it. I'm sending Wally down.
Just because he went and listened to the audio book and all that, he knew what I was talking about straight away.
Steve, don't you be saying Steve, you're ready to run about my garden again.
JFK listening to it because he's blind, he couldn't read it.
Well, I knew I can't, aye. The next time you come into my garden, Stevie, you better watch. I put jagged nettles everywhere.
Talking about letters, I got letters with my tea tonight, but she's that miserable she only gives me the vowels, alphabet spaghetti. Aye.
Oh, jeez.
But listen, boys, I'm going to drop out, let you carry on, alright? And with the Morris 40 ounce of Friday, I'll probably be back on the Morris. Stardog, keep me in mind in case GFK's got a wee cold or whatever, we get it his gear for the panel. Okay, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for having me, lad.
Stevie, see you later, buddy.
Stevie, I'll be on the Morris. I'll see you Saturday, mate.
Right, okay, I'll see you Saturday. Right, guys, all the best.
Saturday,
Good luck.
pal. Cheers.
What a Teddy Bells on Sunday. Let's get ripped into these Irish bastards. Right, I'll catch you later. Hold on now.
Brilliant.
If we've offended anybody for listening, we're very, very sorry.
Aye, so we are.
Did that seem...
Yeah. I mean, I'm
sincere?
I'm absolutely mortified.
That's
absolutely mortified.
That Stardog finished. He couldn't keep control of the panel.
I blame the new guy.
Who says he needs to have it needs to be a football show? It could be any kind of show. Is that right, Fox?
It
could be any kind of show he wants, really. He could have a political discussion show or a football show or a tactics show, anything.
I think politics.
Music, anything.
I'll give you a bit of breaking news, guys. Freddie Stars died.
Oh, for fuck.
Yeah, that's changed it, didn't it?
Did he choke in his hamster?
Aye. Couldn't get the microwave. Aye, it's Freddie.
He must have been about 80.
77.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
Sunday Star will never be the same again.
Oh. Anyway. Here you go. So anyway, what's other topics you want to talk about tonight, Oxdear?
I've lost the plot now.
We have kind of lost the plot, aye.
Is everybody 100% set on the husband there?
What was that, Stardug?
Is everybody 100% certain that we're going to go with Wes in Sunday, mate?
I think so, but obviously the manager's saying he's got another goalie there. That would be a big gamble, wouldn't it?
He never gave nothing away, didn't he, in terms of that neither? I just think Fotheringham will come out and say that he's willing to play with Endels in Scotland last week and things like that. He's wanting to go somewhere where he's getting regular fitness.
Which is not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable.
Can't blame the boy, mate.
No, absolutely not.
But Endels in Scotland.
I think we know the realism of a statement such as that. He won't go anywhere in Scotland because I don't think anybody in Scotland can afford them.
Talking about people we can't afford, we'll be joined by George Logan. Evening, George.
Evening, George.
Hello, boys. How you doing? How you doing tonight?
All right, mate. How's your good self?
Aye. It's all building up now. It's building up on Wednesday. It's building up Thursday. Definitely. That's us ready for it now. Let's get into them on Sunday. He's had a wee bit of a low point there. I was starting to worry about his eyes. We're all getting a bit down and things like that. And the conversation was getting a bit low. Let's get it back up again. Get into this lot and Sunday. Give them exactly what they deserve. Mox. We were talking last night. Who's got the better team? Doesn't matter who's got the better team. It's all about who shows up on Sunday. Whose fans will be there on Sunday? 50,000 shouting through the rooftops, want us to do well. Stevie G's there. We've got a team. Everybody built up ready to do this. We must do this on Sunday. We're due them one. We've been kicked and punched a few times this season, but it's time for us to kick and punch back. We need to win this on Sunday. People are saying to me it's a bounce game. It's this, it's that, it's the next thing. My arse, it was an old firm game, us versus them, and we've got to come out in toe pops.
Who's saying it's a bounce game, George?
Yeah, let's see if you'll not hear it, but I mean, folk are doing it on Ken. My opinion, boys, I think it's people that say that you're sort of running scared, but I heard it on a few radio stations this week. It's about games. It doesn't matter. It's the leagues are undone with and things like that. I don't care if the leagues are undone with. The league's been undone with long before now, and there've been many points us ahead or many points them ahead, boys.
Is that Phil? Is that Phil saying that, George? Because well, I mean, it's look. Like I said before, is it them playing a bounce game against us? They hate our guts with every fibre of their body. What we need to remember is that we need to do that back.
Well, that's the thing, boys. Well, we're starting to get guys in our team now. At the start of the season, maybe last season, we never had them. We had guys that maybe wanted to stand and watch them playing football and things like that. This season, I'm saying we've probably got 4 or 5, possibly 6, 7 guys in our team. Big McGregor will not be in the goal for us, but we'll up in the stand there, in the dressing room. He's one of the guys. He hates them. We need guys in our team that hate them as much as we do, boys, and then we'll start to get somewhere. That's what we need in their team. They've got them in their team that hate us. We need to start getting them in their team that hate them. And we're starting to get there, boys. Well, this is just the end of the season game, but it's kicking on to next season as well. That's the big thing. That's leaving a marker down, and we've got to leave the marker down on Sunday, boys. We must win this on Sunday.
I agree, sir. I agree entirely. I think that it is about time that we stopped trying to treat this as nicey and let's be pals. They hate us and we hate them. And the thing is, they hate us because we're us. They don't hate us because we're successful. They hate us because we're Rangers supporters. They hate us because we're different. That's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. But what they're constantly on about is they want the world to love them because they don't love themselves. They hate themselves. And that just fuels me to think that I would prefer not to play them, George. That's how I feel about it, because I don't even want to be in the same ground and breathe the same air as these people, because these people are the dross of society. And I've no wish to be anywhere near them. And I'm glad that I live where I live, because there's none of that filth round about my world.
Well said, boys.
Oh, well, I'm glad I live round about them, because I like to see their torn faces, you know.
Jimmy, I'd quite happily live without seeing any of them having to deal with anything that they say.
Oh, I like to see their torn faces, and I like to get them at tight. It's nothing greater than beating them and seeing their faces, going to your work the next day or meeting them wherever. I mean, it's great. You meet a puddle drinker in the street after you've humped them, man, their faces tripping them. That's great. walking the streets with your flute band or your lunch and you see other greeting faces and that, that does me, so I'm up for the game like everybody else on Sunday. Can't wait for it. There's no any game that Rangers play that isn't important, especially against them, so bring it on. No, can't wait. Follow.
It's certainly not a bounce game, is it? It's certainly not a bounce
it's certainly
game.
not a bounce game. No game against them's a bounce game. No,
if they're realistic as well, Jimmy, it's not a bounce game for them either.
No,
they're coming out with the rubbish. They've been coming out with the rubbish about we should be playing some of our up and coming boys. It's no important to us. Well, do you know what? I would love to see that so we can really mollocate them.
I don't think so somehow, mate. They'll be playing their strongest team because there's no way they wanted to lose to us, because whether they say it's a bounce game or not, they can say what they like. Look, they've been lying for years, so why would they start anything different and start telling the truth?
Listen, this is all a smokescreen because they detest the fact that they're only getting 800 fans inside Ibrox. They've got away with murder for years because they had that full end. And that was, I've said it before, that was a massive, massive shot in the arm to them. Every time their players walked out a tunnel and seen a full end of their supporters, we slipped up big time by allowing that to happen. We've done the right thing by giving them that wee daft corner, the way they give us a wee daft corner, that our own manager has to get out his dugout to even see our fans.
I would give them nothing.
Scandalous.
I would take everything away for them.
Absolutely.
They deserve nothing.
They were speaking earlier on, Boswell. I don't know if you heard. I heard them just a wee while ago. It was Oxford and that was talking about where we should let. I think it was Fox actually. Where we should let the bus come to. They've not got an option on Saturday because see, as soon as the bus comes to the top Edmondson Drive, Jim will be standing there. Jim will be standing there with stick. I'll hear my drum. Skipper will hear his triangle, and Big Steve the drum will hear his slit. And we're going to march them down to the main door and march them right in, playing the Bully Boys, and that's what I'll give them. They'll let them get in again on Sunday. Anyway.
Let them walk for the East End. That's what I'd let them do. Let them walk for that East End, scum gits.
But you know the bad thing about the game, that some of the guys that I sit with are older than some of the guys on here, and
I can't believe that.
Well, there's a cracking gentleman sits right behind me, and his name's John. He's from Ayrshire. He's 79, and he goes to every game when the supporters bus brings him for Ayrshire and that. But see, come Sunday, again he's going to have to, same as happened with the sheep, he's going to have to walk all the way around the stadium because they'll not allow Rangers fans to walk by the cordon. Why don't they keep them in and let all the Rangers fans go home and keep the smelly puddle drinkers sitting where they are? No, it's absolutely scandalous. There's a man there, 70, he pays his money to go and see the Rangers, and he says to me there last week, he said, Jimmy, I'll need to leave the game 10 minutes early to make sure I can get round to the bus, where the bus is. He says, because I can't walk that length in the shortest time I need to be. He says, I know the bus will stay there for me. So why are Rangers pandering to the puddle drinkers? Keep the smelly 820 in there. Give them throw them a couple of bars of soap or something, or throw a couple of wains in to accommodate them.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, no wonder. It's absolutely rubbish. So it is. Hate them with a vengeance. I need to watch. I might end up getting to jail on Sunday. Yeah. I need to watch what I'm saying.
Magpie Jers just put in the lobby, I can't get my head round ex-players saying we should give them a guard of honour. Yeah. Tins of right guard handed to each player as they come on their part, more like. You're right.
Right guard of honour.
There's been some Tosh wrote about that in there as if it matters.
Barry Ferguson's come out as well, and
Scandalous.
No, it does. No, for me, no, it's no. I know.
We would
I know.
Never expect it off them, would we? Realistic.
I wouldn't expect anything off them apart from probably a disease or something.
No, but this is what I mean, Jimmy. Is that if you're looking for goodwill, see, they used to always say they never get the credit. What they actually meant was they never get the credit off us. Why on earth would you want credit off people who hate you? See, I just don't get that.
Why should we start to salute somebody?
That you don't like.
That you don't like, who we could go on and on about the Armed Forces Day. They don't wear poppies. They don't commemorate They want to be a British club when it suits them, right? They're dirty, smelly, tatty munchers, so just keep them where they are, in their place. So that's the end of that. They can just go and lie in their own keech, and all Glasgow, or go and lie in your own keech, and because that's what you smell of. Dear me. That's it. The battle fever's what really.
I think we need to be a wee bit more stronger about how this is all going to pan out.
What about the Stubbs ones, guys? The remarks that Stubb made, you've got to give him a guard of honour, it's the right thing to do, blah, blah, blah. And then it was pointed out to him.
Alan Stubbs.
Aye, and then it was pointed out to him, but wait a minute, when you were Hibs manager, you never gave Rangers but that was different circumstances. And he got away with that with the press.
Aye. But see, the thing about Alan Stubbs...
He never gave it to Hearts either, mate. I was going to say that earlier. There was a thing on Facebook today, and it says, I think it was whatever year Hearts had won the league, it says, we're not giving them a guard of honour, it's a derby and things like that, no respect and things like that. So they never gave Hearts a guard of honour, and then the next year when we won the league, he never gave us a guard of honour that year either. And only for that, it says, it's a disgrace how Rangers only giving Celtic what they deserve and things like that. He's got a short memory, mate, that's for sure, but he's just biased, mate, we know this anyway, but it's like what JFK is saying, it wasn't just once, it was twice, he did it with Hearts too.
Yeah, and yet the press didn't get into him for it. He turned round and his exact words were, but that was a different set of circumstances. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but Alan Stubbs attempted to manufacture a rivalry between making Hibs Rangers rivals. At what point were Hibs ever Rangers rivals?
Exactly.
I remember at the time when all that happened, was it 2015, you think? Hibs Rangers rivals. Whatever planet did that ever exist? And Hibs were never good enough to be Rangers rivals. And it's the same with Aberdeen. All these things are manufactured. And for Alan Stubbs to come away with that, it's just typical, really. It is just typical, that melted face sod.
That went on to cause a riot, but didn't it, Boswell, all that talk about Rangers and Hibs been rivals and enemies? They wound the Hibs fans up that much, they went and invaded the pitch and things like that.
That was Celtic fans that did that, mate. That was Celtic fans that did that.
Aye, of course, aye.
But of course, you see, when you feel so badly about a team that is your genuine rivals, like the Tims are to us, is that they get to the point where they don't even want to recognise that they're the old firm. They don't even want to say our name in press releases. It's snidey wee remarks. It's just like a 6-year-old, really. You know, it's nothing more than just this 6-year-old having a bit of a snipe at his sister because she's his sister and he's her brother. You know, it's stupid and childish, but it's the sort of thing that it's like we always say on here, is that Scottish football will hate itself to death because there's no real rivalry now because they've killed it stone dead. Everything that was good about Scottish football, they've killed stone dead because they want their own way all the time. And we, for a long time at our club, permitted them to have their own way. So that for me, the start of all that was the carve up on Donald Finlay. An utter disgrace.
Shambles.
That was a disgrace for that. But you see, that then was the gateway open for the loony Celtic support and the loony press to come through and say, Rangers bad, everybody else good. And people tolerated it. And we tolerated it at a club. And David Murray permitted it to happen so that he could walk... Sorry, I shouldn't have used that word. So that he could breeze through and get his knighthood. So as long as that was all right for David Murray, it was okay for everybody else in the world, and we just had this dignified silence. And I'm sorry, but I don't like, I never did like the dignified silence because what they took the silence for was weakness, and that's how we're perceived.
Absolutely.
Sorry, guys.
I think as a support will woke up a bit, and hopefully as a club,
I think now, yeah.
Hopefully a club will become a bit more streetwise, if that makes sense, boys. You know.
You would like to think so, but as I say, you know, we had... I don't even want to call David Murray leadership because he wasn't leadership. David Murray was at Rangers to suit his own agenda. He wasn't there to suit Rangers' agenda, never in his life. Everything that happened at that club, happened at our club, happened because Rangers supporters put their hand in their pocket, not because David Murray did.
Correct.
History will always judge you on how you pass something on, mate. That's all I would say. Yeah.
Stewardship. Well, not for me. Not for me.
Look for us. We're trying to pass things on to Stardug.
Oh, he's got a legacy now. He's got a legacy he's got to keep up with.
I've achieved legendary status, haven't I?
In your own lunch team.
Do you know what I mean? We're talking about David Murray and that, and the things that are happening. No, but what really fundamentally needs to happen in the very near future is that Rangers need to try and get a better foothold at the SFA and SPFL, because we know who's running it, and we need to get a better say in there. We're being crushed down because Lywell's bringing his cohorts with him to suppress Rangers all the time, and we need to obviously hope that Robertson and any others at Rangers can go forward and try and fight back a bit, because we're getting nothing for them. You know, they're throwing.
I don't think we're hard enough, Jimmy. You know that?
Yeah,
I really, because what I think should happen is see your compliance officer, forget it. The compliance officer, we will not be adhering to anything that she comes through with, because it's bigoted and it's biased and it's obscene, and we won't be taking part in it. So you can throw any. Well, look what Craig Levine had done. Craig Levine said, "You can give me as many fines as you like, but I'll not be paying a penny to you." And ultimately, they just dropped it.
Boss,
So what you need to do is just say, "I'm sorry, but that's just not happening," so you can forget about it. Because any time you cite us, we'll cite. What about Scott Brown? What about all this, the sort of stuff that we got about Alan McGregor? You've got people saying, "Oh, you can't defend him." I'm sorry, but I think there is a point where you can say, I condone what Alan McGregor did on Sunday, because it gets to a point where I see other players do not dissimilar things but walk away scot-free.
Yeah, you're right there, boys. See what you said about Levine. We all know we've got our issues with Levine, but he has stood up to that compliance officer and that carry on against his club. And to be fair to that woman, she's backed him. We're too mealy mouthed now. We're letting them away with absolute murder. You're 100% right there. We need a stronger foothold, and the only way I can see it happening is we've got to win that championship, and then you've got a wee bit of leeway. But at the moment, we're too mealy mouthed. This carry on about dignified silence it's just a joke. That's not doing us any good.
I don't think we'd have a dignified silence anymore. I think that's definitely a thing of the past. But I think what we're saying there is that we need to start pointing everything out that goes against us. And people say, "Oh, that's what the Tims do." Yeah, and look how successful they've been at doing it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So you need to fight fire with fire, and if that's
no
how
for
you
me,
fight
boss. Fire, no for me, mate. I don't want to act like them. I don't want to be like them. But
if it gets you success, and that's quite clearly it's a success thing, and I would prefer us not to do that. But it seems that that's what you do to get the rules round your way.
We've got to start. If we win football matches, more football matches. We talked about the ones we've lost, maybe Hibs, Aberdeen, etc. And we were sitting 3 points clear. Power comes for success.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree with that at all, mate. But until that comes, we need to use any means whatsoever to win favour. And I don't really care how we do it, because ultimately our club is dignified. Ultimately our support is dignified, and ultimately how we operate is a dignified way. Everybody knows it. And this is why I always say Celtic and Celtic support and Celtic's people in power operate on a guerrilla basis, because they only need to get it right once. They don't need to be consistent. They could win whatever they like, but they always end up being that guerrilla club where it's like sniper attack. That's how they operate.
Spoiler attack. Chelsea.
And Arsenal. And Arsenal are the two finalists,
Yeah, Chelsea won 4-3.
Oh man, when you go. Sorry, I've got a soft spot for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I was wanting to watch that after you.
You can watch it now, Fox, knowing the score.
Star and JFK, you're all getting barred for the show when there's footballing. Yeah, barred. people like to watch it after the show.
Well,
I came in after the Arsenal had won.
We gathered that, boys. You were in a good mood, but no, that's stupid. That gave it away.
Last couple of minutes, boys. Who's going to win the two finals? Come on.
Oh, Christ, I don't know. Arsenal beat Chelsea. Better.
Oh.
Just an opinion. I'm an Arsenal man, so that's what I am. I think Liverpool will do Tottenham. Liverpool have got too many good players for Tottenham.
It's just a shame that they've got to all travel there. They're different ones away and
Baku. Well, Arsenal.
Baku.
I think Spain is where Liverpool and Tottenham play.
And the old fans are all getting ripped off, mate.
Oh.
£1,000 a flight, £1,000 to stay in a hotel for a couple of days. What a rip-off, mate.
It happened with Manchester United and Chelsea when it did. You go to Russia.
Russia, that's right. Are we over to, was it Ukraine or something like that? It's madness. But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I'd like my second team Liverpool to win, and I hope the Gunners do the Chelsea.
Yeah, well, it's my team, my second team, Jimmy, Arsenal.
I hope they beat the Chelsea.
Yeah, I think. See, Chelsea. I don't know. Chelsea have really disappointed this season. But I mean, Arsenal disappoint is a regular situation where you say Arsenal disappointing. It seems to happen on a weekly basis.
Has four English clubs ever contested day two finals in the same season?
No, I don't think so.
No, not in my recollection. I don't think they have they?
You're saying something?
Anyway,
we've
got
joined with Denver there.
Go with Denver.
Come on, Denver, in you come, mate.
Get out of Denver, baby.
Come on, Denver, you're on mute. Last call for Denver Bear. This is what you have to put up with, Stardog.
The first two teams ever to contest the two major European finals for the same country was 1967. It was when the Puddle Drinkers won and then we get beaten in the final of the Cup Winners' Cup. That was the very first time it was ever done.
No, Jimmy, that's two clubs for the same country. I'm talking about all four clubs for the same.
The final, no, it's never happened before.
I think it's happened now. No.
I think the closest was with two Spanish clubs in Seville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atletico and Real and Seville were in the final of the other one, weren't they?
Yeah.
But Denver, are you with us, mate?
Hello.
Oh, there we are.
What? How we doing, Denver?
I'd be doing fine if you guys would shut your mouth about the games.
Well, it would be better, Denver, if you stayed in a decent country and then you'd be able to watch them in real time.
Hey, enough of your old shite.
Denver, I've made it plain and simple to the two of them. The two of them will be bad with us footballing.
Thank you
Right,
very
as
much.
simple as that, mate. They're ruining it for their audience.
It's
GFK.
only 5-4 now. I've got to go home and watch that,
I'm going to out them. It's GFK and Blue Star, mate. They're on a final written warning, all right?
As soon as I heard JFK saying spoiler alert, I knew it was coming.
You think they're being funny, but they're ruining people's
I'm not being funny. But I've watched Liverpool doing again, but I mean, I don't watch anybody else. So I don't want to spoil the result for anybody.
It's nothing to do with spoiling. It's live news and it's the biggest thing in the boxing now. So that's what happens when you're on live radio.
And that Fox done it the other night, I know.
Of course they did.
Fox done it.
Ox, do me a favour, will you?
Yes, mate.
When you bar them, send them over here on Sunday morning when the kick-off is at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then that'll maybe square them up a wee bit.
I'll send them over just with a pair of shorts to sim it on.
No, I'll tell you, if you want to pay for me to go and miss a football, I'm up for that.
The only problem with the shorts in the summit is it was snowing today.
Yeah, that's my point.
6 inches of snow today, so
If you come for Partick, snow is nothing.
No, it's nothing there.
Denver Bear, how's the game going on Sunday, mate? Quickly.
I think we're going to 1-1. I know you're going to say thanks for the call, but I think 1-1, and I think that'll get Lennon the job. Because I think if he gets gubbed, they'll pop him out. So there you go. I want Lennon to stay. I want Lennon to get the job because I want Davy Gerrard to rub his nose in it.
Jose's job.
All right.
Stevie Clark's job.
All right, gentlemen, I cannot believe it's that time of the evening. Can I thank you, Denver, for coming in? Can I thank Boz, Fox, George Logan, JFK, Stardog, Blue Star, Big Stevie for the drum, and everybody for listening. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11. I'll not be here. I'm on my way up to watch the football at the weekend. Take it away, Fox.
Took a trip to Eyebrow, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and went in. The Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was drowning everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure it started, and the Rangers, they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn, then on through to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardie Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. Well, it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.